Hello, this is Coach Farrar, and this is a quick tutorial on how to keep score in a baseball game using a scorebook and a lineup card. And I'll take you through many of the steps. So here we go. First thing that happens before the game begins is the managers or coaches will swap the lineup cards. The lineup cards list the last name, the player's position, and their jersey number. And you swap those so that each of us can get the opposing team's lineup in our playbook. When you get that sheet with the roster, fill in every player and their jersey number. You should have already done that for your team as well, so you've got a visiting side of the playbook and a home side. The baseball positions are listed in this type of manner. We go pitcher, catcher, first base, second base, third, shortstop, left, center, and right. And it's really important to memorize those numbers because those numbers are going to be the basis for how we record all the plays and what's happening on the field. These are important to learn. So for instance, a 6-3 out. Okay, you see this is how it would be recorded actually in the book, in the box next to the batter. After he hits the ball and the play happens, you would record 6-3, and a 6-3 basically shows that a ground ball was hit to the shortstop, position number 6, and he threw over to first base for the out. And you'll also notice that we put a 1 in the circle saying now that we have 1 out. This is actually quite important because sometimes in the midst of a long inning or a lot of drama on the field, sometimes you forget what happened and how many outs there actually are, and occasionally the umpire will have to check the home team's playbook to see, exactly how many outs they are. They may have lost track. Here, F8 shows a fly ball to center field. 8 is the number for the center fielder, and it is the second out. Here's what a double play looks like. See if you can guess who threw the ball to where from these numbers, 1, 4, 3. Any idea? Well, the pitcher is 1, threw it to second base, and then on to first for the double play. Here's a play when someone reached first base, maybe they had a long single, and then they tried to stretch it to get to second, and they got tagged out at second. And in this play, it's showing that the left fielder threw the ball into second base, and where that line is, that runner got cut down. You can also do that if, for instance, a runner reaches first base and then later another person hits the ball and forces them out. You can show that that's how the out happened, that they were running to the next base and they got forced out. Here are some of the abbreviations that we use in defense. F means a fly out, a fly ball. FC means fielder's choice. So sometimes, a fielder will throw to one base. Like let's say we had a force play at second, and it was hit off of the batter's ground ball. And that play, they throw it to second, but they don't throw it on to first. So that runner got first base on a fielder's choice. They chose not to throw on. Maybe it was too close a play. That's important because if you don't put fielder's choice, then that runner, that original batter, would get credited with a hit when really the only reason they reached is because it was the fielder's choice. DP means double play. A K means a strikeout. A backwards K means that the batter struck out looking at the third strike. CS for caught stealing. Now some offensive abbreviations. These are a little bit more straightforward. 1B, 2B, 3B for a single, double, or triple. HR for a home run. Base on balls means a walk. And again, K for striking out if you strike out at the plate. More offense abbreviations. SB for stolen base. Sacrifice. That could be for a sacrifice bunt. It could be for a sacrifice fly. HBP if you reached because you were hit by a pitch. And WP for a wild pitch. That's important because sometimes stats are kept on stolen bases, and reaching the next base on a wild pitch does not give you credit for a stolen base. So it's important to mark that. So here's what a base hit looks like. A double. If a batter hits the ball and they reach because of an error, it's also important to write that down so that your offense doesn't have unrealistic statistics. In this case, E5 means that the third baseman probably made a bad throw across the diamond, or maybe a ground ball went through his leg. So that runner reaches, you draw the line over to first, but he doesn't get credit for a hit. It's an E5. Once a player reaches base, you continue to draw lines wherever he goes, even though the other batters are up and maybe they're driving him in or they're moving him onto other bases. You continue to draw the lines around the diamond. So there was a batter who got on with a walk. Then he stole second base. So we draw a line there. And the next batter hits like a single or a double, and he gets all the way around third, comes home, and scores. When a runner reaches without being tagged out, and that's a run, we fill in the diamond completely. We color that in. If a batter hits another runner in to score, like drives him in with his hit, you give him credit for an RBI in this box. Whenever a runner scores, completely color in the diamond. Substitutions. Often, a team will carry anywhere from 13 to 17 players on a team, and, the coach will put in substitutions. They'll put in players to play a half a game, or maybe someone's getting tired or they're injured. So when a new player comes in your lineup book, you place the new player right under the player that they are replacing in the order, and they will bat in that spot. Also, you draw a heavy-duty line right where they first have that at bat, right here, and that will show the scorekeeper or whoever's doing your statistics, okay, this is where, say, Kit took over. So any hits or strikeouts or whatever are attributed to Kit from this 8th inning on. Remember, if a player re-enters the game, and that happens, he must go back to the same spot in the lineup, such as A. Lawson here. If A. Lawson came out for Kit to have 2 or 3 innings, and then A. Lawson came back for the last inning, maybe for extra defense or offense or whatever, he's got to go back to his original batting spot. If a new pitcher enters the game, whether it's on our team or on the other team, we always circle boldly on the lineup the first batter they face. This is important so we can give accurate pitching stats. If we know what batter they face, we know what runs they have earned or how many strikeouts or walks they've earned also, so we can keep accurate statistics. Keeping track of the innings. This is pretty similar to the scorebook that we use. You can see there are columns running down the page for every inning, and you just make your way down with the lineup. After an inning is over, say for the 3rd out of an inning, what I like to do is cross out any of the remaining boxes. This will keep you from accidentally starting on the wrong inning the next time this team comes up. Take a look. So you cross out right after that 3rd out is made, and then you draw a line, and that will make it so that you start on the next inning, which would be the 3rd inning. I also like to add a heavy-duty slash, and that is just an extra way to show, that you're into the next inning and clearly where the next batter will lead off. So if you look at this, I can see, after that fly ball to first, this batter right here will start next, right after the slash in the 3rd inning. At the end of each inning, add up all the runs scored. These are the diamonds that you filled in, and mark it up top. That looks like a pretty good inning from the Boston Red Sox. I know this all looks really complicated, but the coach and the other players will help you. It will not be so bad. Half the time, the coach will be right in the dugout with you, and they'll be looking right over your shoulder. Make sure you have a sharp pencil. Have a couple pencils. And after a few innings, it will be just like riding a bike. You won't even have to think about it. It will be really easy. Good luck.